Over the last 22 days, I've mentioned mistakes in almost every single video. Today, I'm pulling all of them into one place, the complete list of errors that drain beginner accounts on NQ. If you've been journaling like I taught you yesterday, some of these are going to hit uncomfortably close to home. Good, that's the point. Welcome back to From Zero to Funded in 30 Days. This is day 23, and today is a different kind of video. Instead of teaching you something new, I'm putting a mirror in front of you. Everything I'm about to cover, you already know. You've already heard every one of these mistakes in earlier days of this course, but hearing a mistake and recognizing it in yourself are two completely different things. Today's video exists to make you honest about which of these you're currently doing, because the ones you recognize are the ones you can fix, and the ones you don't recognize are the ones that will keep costing you money. I'm going to walk through 10 mistakes. For each one, I'm going to tell you what it looks like, which day of the course covered the fix, and the one question you should ask yourself to find out if you're doing it right now. By the end, you'll have a personal diagnostic, a short list of the 2 or 3 mistakes that are most likely draining your account. That short list is more valuable than any new strategy because fixing what's broken always beats adding what's new. Mistake 1. Trading without a written plan. What it looks like, you trade based on what feels right in the moment. You know your rules in your head, but they change slightly every day depending on your mood, your recent results, and whatever you saw on Twitter that morning. Some days you follow a process, some days you wing it. The fix is on day 18, a written plan with 7 sections that you read every morning. Not a plan in your head, a physical document that doesn't change just because your emotions do. Ask yourself, if I printed my trading plan right now, would it fill 1 to 3 pages with specific binary rules, or would the page be blank? Mistake 2. No stop loss or mental stops only. What it looks like, you enter trades without a hard stop order in the platform. You tell yourself you'll exit if it hits a certain price, but when that price arrives, you freeze, hope, or widen. You've had at least one trade where a small loss turned into an account-threatening loss because you didn't have a real stop. The fix is on day 15, a technical stop with a 5 to 10 point buffer, placed as an actual order the moment you enter the trade, not a mental note, an order. Ask yourself, on my last 5 trades, did every single one have a hard stop order placed before or at the moment of entry? Mistake 3, wrong position size. What it looks like, you trade the same number of contracts on every setup regardless of stop distance. Or you size up after a winning streak because you feel confident, or you trade full NQ when the math says MNQ. Your risk per trade changes from day to day, sometimes dramatically, and you haven't run the formula before clicking. The fix is on day 17, account times risk percent, divided by stop distance times point value equals contracts, every time. No exceptions. Ask yourself, did I run the position sizing formula before my last trade, and did I follow the answer? Mistake 4. Taking setups below 2 to 1 reward to risk. What it looks like, you see a clean chart, a nice entry, a good confirmation candle, and you take the trade without calculating the ratio. Or you calculate it, see that it's 1.3- to -1 or 1.5- to -1, and take it anyway because the setup looks too good to pass. You're winning trades but still losing money at the end of the month because the winners don't pay enough to cover the losers. The fix is on day 16, 2 to 1 minimum. Target has to be at a real technical level. If the math doesn't work, you pass. Missing a trade is neutral. Taking a bad one is a loss. Ask yourself, of my last 10 trades, how many had a reward to risk below 2 to 1 at the time of entry? Mistake 5, revenge trading. What it looks like, you lose a trade, and instead of following your plan's loss protocol, you immediately take another trade, bigger, faster, and with less setup quality, because you want to make the money back. The second trade is not about the setup, it's about the emotion, and it almost always makes the day worse. The fix is on days 18 and 21. Section 7 of your trading plan says what to do after losses. The walkaway trigger removes you from the screen before the revenge trade happens. Ask yourself, after my last loss, did I take a 5-minute break and review the trade against my plan? Or did I immediately look for the next entry? Mistake 6. Cutting winners too early. What it looks like, your plan says take a partial at 2-to-1 and trail the rest. But you close the entire position at 1-to-1 or less because you're scared it'll reverse. You watch the trade continue to your original target without you. This happens repeatedly and your realized reward to risk is significantly lower than your planned reward to risk. The fix is on day 14. The partials framework. Take 50% off at the first target, move stop to break even, and trail the runner. The first partial locks in profit and psychologically frees you to let the rest work. Ask yourself, what's the gap between my planned R to R and my actual realized R to R across the last 20 trades? Mistake 7. Overtrading. What it looks like, you take way more trades than your plan allows because you can't stand sitting with no position. You trade during low quality sessions. You enter setups that are close enough to your checklist but don't actually meet every condition. Your trade count is high, but your win rate and average quality are both low. The fix is on day 13. The 5-point checklist exists specifically to keep you out of low quality trades. If any condition is a no, the trade is a no. The checklist isn't there to find trades, it's there to skip them. Ask yourself, of my last 10 trades, how many met every single condition on my checklist honestly? Mistake 8. Ignoring the economic calendar. What it looks like, you enter a trade 5 minutes before a major news release without realizing it. NQ moves 50 points in 2 seconds. Your stop gets blown through with massive slippage, or worse, your prop firm voids the trade because you were in a restricted window. You lose money and compliance in a single moment that was completely avoidable. The fix is on day 20, item 1 on the daily compliance checklist. Check the economic calendar every morning before you trade. Mark the times, set alarms, flatten before restricted windows. Ask yourself, did I check the economic calendar this morning? And do I know the exact time of every red flag event today? Mistake 9. Not journaling. What it looks like, you trade every day, but don't track what you're doing. You rely on memory to evaluate your performance, but your memory protects your ego instead of showing you the truth. You keep making the same mistakes because you can't see them. You feel like you're improving, but your account balance says otherwise. The fix is on day 22. 8 fields, 60 seconds per trade. 5 questions every weekend. The journal is the only tool that shows you what your memory won't. Ask yourself, do I have a journal with at least 20 entries that includes the emotional state field filled in honestly? Mistake 10. Trying to pass the prop firm challenge too fast. What it looks like, you start a prop firm evaluation and immediately size up because you want to hit the profit target in 1 week instead of 3. You have a couple good days, your trailing drawdown rises, and then one bad day puts you within a few $100s of account death. You either blow the account or spend the rest of the evaluation trading scared, taking no setups because you can't afford another loss. The fix is on days 17 and 19. Size conservatively, often below what the formula allows. Trade your normal system at your normal size for 3 to 4 weeks. The profit target arrives on its own if your system has positive expectancy. Rushing is what kills prop firm accounts. Patience is the edge. Ask yourself, if I'm in a prop firm evaluation right now, am I trading at or below my normal risk, or did I size up to try to pass faster? Now here's what I want you to do. Go back through those 10 mistakes and be completely honest with yourself. Which ones are you currently doing? Not which ones sound familiar. Which ones describe your actual behavior in the last 2 weeks? Most traders doing this exercise will identify 2 or 3. That's normal. Nobody is making all 10 mistakes and almost nobody is making 0. The value is in identifying your specific 2 or 3 because those are the exact things draining your account right now, and every one of them has a specific fix that's already in this course. Write them down. Put them next to your trading plan. And for the next 2 weeks, your only goal is to fix those 2 or 3, not to learn something new, not to find a better strategy, not to watch more videos. Just fix the mistakes you already know about. I want you to hold on to something here that I'll come back to at the end. The traders who improve fastest don't learn the most. They fix the most. Hold that thought. Let me be honest about why these mistakes keep happening even after you've learned the correct way. Every single mistake on this list feels right in the moment. Revenge trading feels like taking action. Cutting winners feels like locking in profit. Skipping the journal feels like saving time. Trading without a plan feels like flexibility. Sizing up on a prop firm feels like being aggressive and ambitious. That's the trap. These mistakes don't feel like mistakes while you're making them. They feel like reasonable decisions. It's only in the journal, in the data, after the session, when the emotions have cleared, that you can see them for what they actually are. That is why the journal from day 22, the trading plan from day 18, and the psychology frameworks from day 21 all exist. Not because you don't know the right answer, because in the moment, the wrong answer feels like the right one. The system, the written plan, the journal, the frameworks is what catches the difference. Now, back to what I told you to hold on to. The traders who improve fastest don't learn the most. They fix the most. Here's what I mean. Most beginners think the path to profitability is learning more indicators, more strategies, more setups, more videos. They believe that somewhere out there is a piece of knowledge they're missing, and once they find it, everything clicks. That is almost never true. By day 22 of this course, you have more than enough knowledge to trade NQ profitably. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not knowledge, it's execution. And execution improves not by adding more information, but by removing the mistakes that are already costing you money. Every mistake you fix is like plugging a leak in a boat. You don't need a bigger engine, you need fewer holes. And the list of 10 mistakes you just went through is the map that shows you exactly where the holes are. Fix 2 or 3 of them. Just 2 or 3. Trade for 2 weeks with those fixes as your only focus. Then check your journal data and see what changed. I promise you, the improvement will be visible. Not because you learned something new, because you stopped doing something that was hurting you. That is the entire philosophy behind lose small or lose it all. The path to making money in trading is not about finding more ways to win. It's about eliminating the ways you're losing. The wins take care of themselves once the losses stop compounding. Remember what I said at the very start. You've already heard every one of these mistakes. Today was about recognizing which ones belong to you. That's the harder part. And it's the part that actually changes your results. 10 mistakes. Each one has a specific fix in this course. Identify your 2 or 3. Write them down, fix them for 2 weeks. Check the data. Tomorrow, day 24, we're getting into building a routine. How to structure your entire trading day, from pre-market prep to post-session review, so that every habit we've built in this course happens automatically instead of when you remember. If you went through the list and found your mistakes, drop a comment telling me your top 2, not the ones you think sound good, the ones that actually describe what you've been doing. I want the honest answers. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you tomorrow in day 24.